We're driving in Malaysia. My kids and I are about 8 and 10 years old, and there's endless palm plantation. And my kids are saying, what are the Malaysians doing? How can they let this happen? And my answer is, A, we did the same thing. B, we're buying the palm oil. Let's not vilify people. Let's understand that there's a complex causation, and we're part of the story.
And the question is, how do we get out of it? And we get out of it by reinvesting, not just saying, we're bad when you're going to do that. You divest from this and you reinvest elsewhere. You don't just take money out of the market, you put it in better places. You get a clean investment portfolio instead of a dirty investment portfolio.
So let me take that a step further.
Yeah, take it a step further.
Because this, just with the palm oil example, in fact, there's clean palm oil and there's dirty palm oil.
Sort of.
Dirty palm oil is more recently clear-cut jungle in order to make palm plantations.
There's dirty and slightly less dirty.
Yeah, we need to rethink everything because all of the platforms we use for industry and commerce today were invented before we even knew what the consequences were. The palm oil industry started before we thought, oh, man, we're going to need biodiversity and we need the jungles to support it. Another problem, I just want to make it a little more complex here, is that the future is already here, but it's not evenly distributed. Mm-hmm. The poor parts of the world are experiencing the pain more than the wealthy. We can buffer ourselves with our wealth. And just to complicate a little further, Dacher Keltner at Berkeley, I don't know if you know Dacher.
Very well.
Has discovered that there is a asymmetry in empathy between people of power and wealth and those of less power and wealth.
Right. Yeah.
Which means, if you take that to scale, that the first world doesn't get what's going on in the third world, let alone the fourth. So we can blithely blunder along thinking that this style of life is going to go on forever, even though our children and grandchildren are aware that it's not.